All right, welcome back to another After Dark, everyone. Hope you all having a good night so far. Hope you guys are having a good day. So we're doing part 2 here. We're going to finish up this video. The title is The Real Reason Michael Jordan is Coming Back to the NBA. This is from a small channel, Gary828 Sports Talk. Hopefully by this point, you guys have seen part 1, and maybe his subscriber count is up. I'm going to have to check on that. I had to leave earlier. I had to check on my mom. Everything's okay, so we're all good. But yep, so we're here for part 2. Not much to say. This has been a very interesting video so far. I don't want to make you guys wait because I know most of you watched part 1. So it's been really interesting so far. The basic premise is, you know, LeBron came in when Jordan went out, and everything was set for LeBron to be the greatest of all time. Like, they put it right on his plate. That was the movement they wanted for the NBA moving forward, was to not be looking back in the rear view, like missing Michael Jordan like we are in reality, but to have him like kind of replaced with LeBron, you know. And we're gonna elevate the NBA to a new place. But LeBron kept losing, and he kept losing no matter how easy they made it. Gary here has been breaking down the OKC versus Miami series in 2012, and he has exposed some major stuff. So check out video 1 or part 1 if you haven't done so yet, because this is some damning evidence. But anyways, you guys, link is down below for the original video in the description. Shout out to channel members. I can already tell you that first video is getting demonetized. This one's getting demonetized because there's a lot of in-game footage with in-game sounds and commentary. So these videos are cooked. But this is so freaking interesting. So yes, unfortunately, this makes it 2 days in a row where both videos, so the last 4 videos are getting demonetized. Shout out to channel members. You guys are making this journey continue at this point. Because I gotta admit it, if not, I don't know. Like, I might just pop out like a couple of videos a week if I'm just gonna, you know, basically just be donating to other people as I'm doing these videos. Okay, let's get into part 2. Let's finish this. I just wanted to say thank you to you guys. All right, let's do it. And after what I just went through today, give your mama, give your dad a shout out today if you have the time. Just say you love them. Check on them. Make sure they're okay. All right, here we go.
And then, even with Kevin Durant playing with 5 fouls, the Heat are only up by 3 with 20 seconds left in the game. And LeBron has the ball with James Harden guarding him, hoping they can make a defensive stop and get the ball back.
It looks like they don't even have to really. They can just shoot the ball at the last second here, right?
Think happens next?
Sorry.
Away. No foul, Scott Brooks is yelling. And a blocking foul on Harden as he tried to draw the charge.
And here's the cherry on top of their cheating Sunday. They call an imaginary blocking foul on Harden.
Sorry, you guys. I got to do something here real quick. If you're wondering what I'm doing, my John Madden pen's not working right now. So I needed to reload it. Did it work? Yeah,
where was the foul? You can see Harden looks utterly confused.
Okay, now I want to check this out again. My bad. Oh, he's going to show us.
As do the rest of us. Let's go to the replay.
Okay. Oh, whoa.
Oh, so I guess James Harden's chest blocked LeBron's elbow.
Or did he get hit in the chest? Okay.
When he swung it around at him.
Did he get... Okay. So he took the jab right there. Boom. It was more like in the gut area, and then he ended up in the chest. Oh, there it is. There, my bad. That's an elbow right into the chest. Why am I surprised? He does this every game. Every game. Nowadays, he uses this when he drives to the basket.
There was no foul.
No, the guy stood there and got elbowed in the chest. Like, that could do some damage, man. That's a blatant offensive foul. Like, I preface this by saying LeBron, all he has to do is shoot the ball at the last second. And even if it's a brick, time is probably going to run out. But look at him. He's elbowing a dude at half court. Like, come on. He should not have won.
LeBron got help from the league to win this series. This is a fake championship.
Yeah.
This championship is about as real as a reality show. Okay, let's slow this down and tell me where James Harden committed a foul.
No,
let us know in the comment section.
Yeah, we're not going to find it. Who's initiating the contact? 2 times. Offensive foul could have been called twice there. This is not bad. These are not basketball moves.
So the end of game 3 was about as
Guys, these are not basketball moves at all. You don't aim your elbow at somebody and just hit them and then do it again, reposition and hit them again. This is not basketball at all.
officiated as the end of game 2. So basically, if LeBron is on defense, there will be no foul call.
Yep.
And if LeBron is on offense, there will be an automatic foul call.
Yeah.
LeBron's whole career has been a reality show. His fake championships have all been manufactured. His GOAT case is an illusion. If LeBron lost this series as he should have, he'd merely be a top 15, top 20 player all time.
Yeah.
He'd never be compared to Michael Jordan.
Dude, freaking A, if Michael Jordan had the free ride that LeBron did in the NBA, as far as like everything was set for him, yeah. No, this goes back to the thing that Falk said, his career-long agent. Yeah. Jordan would have had 15 because he wouldn't have gotten tired. He would have just kept stacking up rings. I don't think it's an exaggeration anymore. I don't. Looking at this crap, forget about it. But LeBron, he can't finish the damn job. And I think the NBA is turning their back on LeBron finally because LeBron didn't live up to his end of the deal. You know what I mean? And now we see him saying, "Oh, it's just a game." And then when he loses now with Luka, he's like, "Yeah, I don't lose any sleep because I lost, in the first round with Luka Doncic on my team. I don't lose any sleep over that." We heard him say it. He's going against the narrative. So yeah, in the beginning of this video, Gary says LeBron's gone rogue, and that's why Jordan's coming back to NBC because we need the actual face of the sport back in because this LeBron James thing. This was a failed experiment. It did not go right.
He'd never be in the conversation for greatest of all time. And there's a strong possibility he never would have won a championship. And Kevin Durant would have went on to be held better than LeBron.
Yeah.
And OKC would probably have been a dynasty and likely won 3 to 5 championships.
Let's be fair. If LeBron had lost his third in a row, NBA Finals, and Kevin Durant and the boys here come in their first try, the first time in the finals, and they beat LeBron, come on. We all know what the conversation was going to be. Yeah, it's KD's time. It's KD's era. Move aside, LeBron. That didn't work out. You couldn't finish the job, So it would have been more of a passing of a baton from Kobe to Kevin Durant, 100%.
And they would have done it by drafting and constructing their roster organically. LeBron has never won a championship on an organic roster.
Nope.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
The way Jordan did, the way Kobe did, the way Tim Duncan did.
Yeah, those guys built. LeBron joined.
The way Dirk Nowitzki did, the way Steph Curry did, the way Giannis Antetokounmpo did. The way Nikola Jokic did.
Yeah.
And the way Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is about to in a week. LeBron will never know what that feels like.
Nope.
Because building organically is risky. It's scary. It's not safe.
And not only that, it takes time and patience. It takes years to do this properly. But if you do it properly and you build that team, damn, man. You've got a real championship team at that point. You're going to come back year after year with that team. But no, the LeBron method has been, we want it now. Helicopter. Same, just like John Stockton said, we respect people who climb up the mountain, not people who take a helicopter ride to the top of the mountain and pretend like they climbed it.
It's not easy. It takes time. It takes courage.
Yeah.
It takes perseverance. There are no quick fixes. when you build a roster the right way. And deep down, LeBron knew he wasn't good enough to do it.
Yeah.
Which is why he left Cleveland
100%.
in 2010 to team up with Wade and Bosh in Miami.
Yep.
And he still
Couldn't do
and
it.
he still
I know.
couldn't win until the league assigned the referees to intervene. If that had not happened, LeBron would not have even won on a manufactured super team.
Yeah.
Jump stop, double pump, floats it up, no good, well defended. Dumps it inside to James, lost the ball. It's scooped up by Cephalosha. Tabo, Oklahoma City has got it all going. James spins left-handed, not that time, picked up by Westbrook. The Thunder defense in the second half has been absolutely superb.
Guys, I'm not going to pretend to be an OKC fan or anything. Like, I don't have a horse in the race right now as far as the NBA Finals go. But how cool is it to see the crowd? Like, it looks like a freaking college atmosphere in there. And I remember this clearly. So it is cool to see. It is cool to see. I don't have a horse in this race. Neither team franchise has ever won an NBA championship. So my hat's gonna be tipped to whoever the winner is. Whoever the winner is, congratulations to them. But yeah, I don't have a horse. The last team I kind of cared about was New York, and they're gonzo. So
Inside to James, lost the ball.
look at the shirts. Oh, whoops! Wow. Oh, you just couldn't catch it. It's too busy focusing on that elbow to the chest of your opponent. Damn, man. Just use two hands.
Dwayne, I told you not to pass it to me if there's a finger on me.
Inside to James, lost the ball. Inside to James, lost the ball. Inside to James, lost the ball.
Demonetized.
And of course, as I talked about in great detail on my previous video,
Yeah.
link at the end of this video in case you missed it.
Snap. I might have to check out some more of your stuff, Gary, for sure.
The media have been jumping through hoops to make LeBron look as strong as possible. They make tons of excuses for him when he loses and then gives him all the credit when his team wins. And they even try to spin a narrative that he's better than Michael Jordan and the GOAT, the greatest of all time. But they're only saying this because this is what their bosses are telling them to report.
Yeah.
And their bosses are members of this network that LeBron James is also a member of.
Yeah, and I believe that's the reason why they needed to create Clutch Media. The NBA might have been a part of this, for all we know. Because all the narrative spinning couldn't come directly from, say, Adam Silver or David Stern. It had to come from a third party. So, LeBron's camp created that third party where they can spin their narratives.
So this is the network's agenda. And the members follow suit accordingly to whatever objective that's been issued.
Yep.
For LeBron to pass Jordan, he needs a time machine to go back about 11 months when he passed him the first time.
I had a conversation with Adam Silver. I think we might name the MVP after old GOAT James. What you think about that, Stephen A? I think GOAT James, he should have that award named after him.
How crazy are people? I mean, this is how you know it's not real. It's all fake. It's a hoax. After LeBron James wins his third championship, he surpassed Michael Jordan. How the hell did that make any sense? Anywhere. We should be comparing him with Bird at that point, if anything. They're both small forwards. They both won 3 championships. Why are you saying he's not only compare him to Jordan, but he surpassed Jordan? What the hell?
He was
I have no problem with that.
I had a dream I was your hero.
Oh my God.
I was your lover.
See you at the Diddy party.
But ultimately, the network's plan backfired. A couple things they had not accounted for. 1. LeBron did not have the drive and dedication to the game the way Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't crazy.
People were afraid of him.
I mean, LeBron wasn't crazy like that.
People were afraid of him, and there was just fear.
That's Jed Bushler, by the way.
I just do it to you. Ignore this guy. He's overplayed.
The fear factor of MJ was so thick.
Yeah, let's not get it wrong. He was a jerk. He crossed the line numerous times. But as time goes on and you think back about what he was actually trying to accomplish, you're like, yeah, he was a hell of a teammate.
That's awesome, because that quote gets taken, cut out of context. Where that last part he says, where I'll repeat it. They always bleep this out. So they have Will Perdue say like, yeah, he was an asshole. He took things too far, blah blah blah. But then they stop short because they don't want to hear. They don't want this part to get said. So yeah, that's where they would stop it right there.
But as time goes on and you think back about what he was actually trying to accomplish, you're like, yeah, he was a hell of a teammate.
Yeah. So just let that be a lesson. Any of you guys who are really susceptible to BS, and you're really gullible, check the full quotes. Watch the full videos, because anybody can cut up any interview or podcast to make it sound like someone is actually bashing someone, while if you just play another 5 seconds of the video, you'd see, oh, that was a setup to actually praise the person. But people will spin it to their narrative, and it's sick, actually. It's weak.
If your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train. Right?
Oh, I love this.
You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can. If I start earlier, I can train more hours. And I know the other guys aren't doing it because I know what their training schedule is. If I do this consistently over time, the gap's just going to widen and widen and widen and widen and widen, and they won't be able to get that back. So to me, it was just common sense. I'm like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Oh, start early.
Yep.
They assumed he would work as hard as those guys did to improve his game, but he didn't. Therefore, he didn't develop as much as they needed him to. And two, all of that constant praising him totally backfired.
Yeah, it did.
Because it created an egomaniac.
And before he ever accomplished anything, as far as like winning in the NBA, he was already showered with praise, love, respect. They were already comparing him to Michael Jordan. It was so fabricated. But imagine what that must have done to LeBron at a young age. That's why he's here at this point where he's like, yeah, I lost with Luka on my team in the first round. We were favored to win. I don't lose any sleep over it, because he's now just so comfortable with the idea that no matter what I do, I deserve my damn respect, and I'm going to get it. He doesn't have to work for it. He doesn't have to win in order to receive it. Like every champion of every sport that's ever existed in our history as humans, we've always celebrated the winner until LeBron James came around. Now we celebrate when he loses.
Egomaniac that
and we praise him for losing.
Didn't feel like he had to work hard to improve his game because he believed he was already better than everyone else. Because the network already told him how great he was back when they were grooming him in middle school and high school.
Yep.
And that's precisely why he lost to an inferior Dallas Mavericks team in the 2011 finals.
Yeah.
Because him and his team were more talented, he assumed he could coast through the finals and easily win.
And the main thing that I've always pointed out, that even if LeBron does work hard, I'm assuming he's in the gym working hard. You know what I mean? He is practicing, he's training, he's doing all that stuff. But the one thing the NBA could not predict was he was going to become a choke artist. And I played that into him getting way too much praise way too early. So the pressure he had to live up to, that made it hard for him. I felt bad for him in his first couple of years, but after that, it's do or die. It's make or break, fight or flight. And he never got out of it. He never recovered from this. We saw young Kobe, we thought he was a choker in the very beginning because of what he did in his first playoffs. Air ball, elimination. But what did he do? He fixed it. He corrected that error in him. Whatever it took, he did it. And he became one of the clutchest players of all time. LeBron, whatever it is, mentally, psychologically, he just couldn't overcome it. And he still can't to this day. So I think the NBA chose a good one, because they chose him from like middle school and then in high school. He had all the potential. He had so much potential. but they didn't know he was going to be a choke artist. And then there's no coming back from it other than to try to fix the series, fix the season so that he has a clear ride to win. And, like, it shouldn't be possible for him to lose. Yet still, he's only won 4 out of 10 championships, 40% of them. He's lost 6 of 10.
The way we're going to challenge each other to get better in practice, once the game starts, I mean, it's going to be easy.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be easy.
That's the assumption of an egomaniac.
It's part of it is arrogance. That's what it is. They believe that they won the championship already, that they should have won all those games.
I agree.
That's what it is.
And I said yesterday, LeBron James is 26, looks 36, and often acts 16. That's vintage 16-year-old stuff right there. And Dwayne Wade, again, right there with him.
Which brings me to the main point of this video. LeBron's ego got so out of control that he has now become a liability to the network. And this is why they are bringing Michael Jordan in.
Now we've gone full circle. We've gone full circle. Okay. Wow, man. What a video.
Network is about to remove their protection of LeBron James. For the first time in his professional career, he's going to be susceptible to fair, honest, and objective criticism. And LeBron is going to be shell-shocked. And it is going to alter the perception from the public, especially the youth. Now, of course, the network prefers minimal damage inflicted upon the legacy they tried to build for LeBron. So, Mr. Jordan will play nice at first, but they know they can count on Jordan to go all the way if need be.
Now, okay, so this is very similar to what I've been thinking about, why Jordan's coming back and what he's going to do and how he's going to do it. Now, I've been watching Jordan since I was a little kid, right? Many, many years. I've seen almost every TV appearance. Anyways, Jordan is not going to bash LeBron. So there's a group here on YouTube. Y'all know who you are, who think you're making videos saying Jordan's going to come back and put LeBron in his place and bash him and all this stuff. No way, that's not Jordan's style. What Jordan's going to do is remind everybody what greatness looks like and what greatness sounds like. So whenever they talk to him about responsibility, the work ethic, the mindset, and then also if they mention blaming your coaches or blaming your teammates, taking accountability, all of these things, when Jordan answers, he's going to answer for himself. Well, this is what I do, and this is how I see things. This is what I did when it was my time to play. Instead of blaming the coach, I would take the accountability because I'm the star player. I'm getting paid the most. These are the things that he's going to remind people of. And then when we compare that to what LeBron is saying, oh yeah, we lost because we had too many minimum players on Miami. I don't care if I lost with Luka and we were favored to win on the Lakers. I don't care. I don't lose sleep over this. All this stuff. Jordan's gonna remind everybody what it sounds like to be a real champion, a real legend, and I can't freaking wait for it because it's gonna go right over some people's head. But I'm gonna be right there for it, just bathing in the glory of it.
We've already seen Jordan is a killer on the court, and there's no reason to believe that he won't have that exact same mentality to help preserve his GOAT legacy. LeBron James has worn out his welcome.
Yeah,
he has become that lingering guest at the dinner party that won't leave after all the other guests have already left.
I mean, for those of you guys who know Groovy, the reactor, the big LeBron fan, even he's saying it. It's time to retire, LeBron. And this is his favorite player of all time. He's like, it's time to hang it up. He says it all the time now. Time to hang it up, LeBron. Go do something else now. It's over.
He's still sitting at the table while the hosts are picking up the plates and wiping the table down as he's stuffing his face, sipping wine and cracking jokes, oblivious that the host's forced smile and body language is a hint they're ready for him to leave. Yeah. But instead invites himself to stay over for the night. That is essentially what LeBron has been doing for the last couple of years in the NBA.
Yep.
And by doing so, every year he stays in the league and doesn't win another championship, the more and more he waters down his NBA resume
100%.
and diminishes his legacy.
Yep, and that's how he's at number 11 all time on my list now. He keeps watering it down, you know? It went from 4 championships in 18 years. Now it's 4 championships in 22 years. You know, like the resume is getting worse and worse and worse because he's not winning a damn thing anymore. He's just out there burning $57 million a year. For what? He's contributing to his team losing. His box plus minus is terrible. He's actively harming his team while taking the most money.
A legacy that the network has been building up for nearly 3 decades. He already has 2 less championships than Michael Jordan, but has played in 7.
And this is what I'm talking about. Because they wanted to compare him to Jordan. So if you're going to play 7 more seasons, shouldn't you accomplish more than him? And this is the main one. Just finals in general. Where the hell are the finals? Anyways, we know 6 to 4. Oh, rings. Okay, this is the main one right here. So if you haven't even surpassed him in this, and you played 7 more seasons, and then we look at all the other stuff, like what the hell? What, you didn't even come close. 10-1, 9-6. Like, you didn't even come close. And don't look at this like it's something. Ooh, he went to the finals. He didn't win them. NBA Cup. Come on. This one doesn't exist. That didn't exist until a couple of years ago. But if you look at everything else, like, and all NBA teams, whatever, that's because he's played a gazillion years. But all these other things, the MVPs, the DPOYs, Finals MVP, which goes along with this, the scoring title, all NBA defensive teams, these are important, okay? And then you look, first round exits. Jordan only had 3, and that was in the beginning of his career, okay? LeBron just did it again. He just did it. So my point is, like, this resume would have looked even slightly better if that said 2. It said 2 until this last season, but he played this last season and he got booted out of the first round. This is huge. Missed playoffs. Anyways, I'm telling you, his legacy is getting worse and worse and worse. The longer he plays, it's watering it down, and he's doing a disservice to himself. Because outside of accumulated individual stats, nothing is improving. His averages are going down, and all of his accolades are being watered down.
7 more seasons, about to go on an 8th season. And it's not like he's close to winning another championship, or maybe it could be justified. No, he's getting embarrassed and has been 2-12 in his last 3 series in the playoffs. He's only playing to add more stats to his resume, not because he actually makes his team better.
And let's be real, he's out there for the money too. He's got $1.2 billion right now, I just saw. And if he plays 2 more years, what's that? That's $1.3 billion. You know, why wouldn't he play it another 2 years and get 57 times 2? What's that? $114 million more. Why wouldn't he do it? Would you guys? I might, you know, like $114 million? Play 2 years of basketball? Fuck it.
He's being selfish and only thinking of his own career. He's stat padding because he's trying to accumulate the most stats in NBA history, but fails to realize that just because you had the most stats doesn't mean you're the most efficient player.
Guys, you tell me right now, who's a greater running back? Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith? Why do I ask it? Because Emmitt Smith has the record for the most rushing yards of all time. But if you know, you know. All right? You know who the right answer on that one is. And no disrespect to Emmitt at all. Great running back. Absolutely. Champion. But who was better at their craft?
You only have the most stats because you played the most games. Not because you're the actual best player, but because he's such an egomaniac and so deeply insecure. He will continue to stay in the league for as long as he possibly can, even if it's to the detriment of the Lakers. And the network typically make very subtle moves.
Sorry. Where did this go? Where'd it go? Yep. Guys, did Michael Jordan do this even once in the NBA playoffs? Even once? A fourth quarter with 0 points. I'm willing to bet the farm. No. And I don't even remember Jordan getting injured and leaving in a fourth quarter of a playoff game. He was there every time. But let me know. Did MJ ever do this? I don't think he did. I really don't think he did.
Of the Lakers. And the network typically make very subtle moves. They move at a snail's pace so that you hardly notice they're moving at all. You won't know what they're doing unless you know what to look for. So they're not going to just force LeBron to abruptly retire. They were hoping LeBron would have done that on his own by now.
But at this point, I think it's best if we...
Okay, Gary's got a really good point here. Because the timing is, the last 2 seasons is the first time the real conversation is, who's the next face of the league? They're actually asking players. Ant-Man said no. Now it looks like it's going to be SGA. It's time. The NBA is ready for him to go now.
But as I said, LeBron has now become that lingering dinner party guest that just won't leave.
They really want me out of here.
So you're going to leave?
They'll never get me out.
So now they are bringing Jordan in to expedite the process. And watch what happens when LeBron no longer has the network's protection. When the media is no longer protecting LeBron. Watch how the narratives from the media changes. When the media bosses are no longer telling them what to say and allowing the analysts, journalists, and news anchors, etc. to be honest and objective, watch how the narrative will shift. All of a sudden, they're saying LeBron isn't nearly as good as Jordan. And you'll even hear some of them say that LeBron's not as good as Kobe
It's
Bryant.
going to happen. Guys, LeBron's going to be lucky to be in most people's top 5. Fast forward 5 years from now, and hit me up then. I'm telling you. I've lived long enough to see this. He is going to be out of most people's top 5.
But I'll take it a step further and say not only is he not as good as Jordan or Kobe, but he's also not as good as Kevin Durant.
For a three-point play. Durant for 3. Bang! Durant again. Knocks it down. Durant fake jumper. Got it. Durant to the basket. Lays it in. Comes Durant to the basket. Launches and fires it down.
Man, what a first impression I've got of this channel. All right, first of all, shout out to comments. Thank you guys. Thank you for suggesting this. This was not on my radar whatsoever. So thank you. This was a very unique video. I mean, yeah, this was different to you guys. So, what do I think about it? I mean, I agree with a lot of what Gary's saying here. Obviously, we're two different individuals, so we're not going to agree on everything eye to eye. But the overall vision that's being told here, the overall narrative that's being told here, I've always agreed with it. One thing I didn't really do was go back and watch that OKC series, or really pay attention to that OKC series, because that's another major asterisk. So it just makes it more obvious. Okay, so my overall view of this is I've been feeling this way since day one with LeBron, that the league, we had so many opportunities to have a different face of the league. Dwayne Wade, Derrick Rose, during his time, Kobe Bryant, who else? Kevin Durant, and then eventually Steph Curry. We've had so many guys that should have been the face of the league Tim Duncan. But they kept doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on LeBron James, making it easier and easier and easier for him to win, thinking that, I mean, I bet what was in their mind is we're going to get this kid like 10 championships, you know? That way, like, everyone's going to tune in to see his greatness. The ratings will be off the charts, you know, we're going to be all making crazy money. But in reality, it backfired, and now the ratings are down, and they're worse than they were. I mean, they haven't been to a level where they were since what? Since Jordan was gone. So yeah, bringing Jordan back makes a lot of sense. And NBC, this whole thing makes perfect sense. You know, they messed up, and I don't think they messed up on the first choice to say like, hey, you know, we want to shine a light on this LeBron kid coming out of high school. I don't think that was the mistake. The mistake was once LeBron proved that he can't get it done, I'd say by 2010, the NBA should have went, okay, who else is out there? And I'm not gonna lie, at that point, I probably would have been looking at D Wade at that point, or Derrick Rose, one or the other. Take your pick, or shine the light back on Kobe, as he was about, you know. He was winning championships at that point again, racking it up to 5 championships at that point. So the spotlight should have been on any of these guys. Any of these options are better than doubling and tripling down on LeBron after he proved that he can't get it done. You know what I mean? It's like a kid who just can't figure out how to eat. You know what I mean? The food is on the plate. You're trying to like open their mouth and put the food in, but the food just projectile flies out, and there's no way that this kid's gonna eat. It's like, okay, we gotta figure something else out. But that was a terrible analogy, by the way. I'm sorry. So you don't stop trying to feed your kid. You keep trying to feed your kid. But I mean, in this case, it's like you have other choices. You didn't have to stick with LeBron James. So yes, for Gary, I don't know if you're ever gonna see this. If you do, shout out, man. Great video. Hopefully this shout out here gains some traction for your channel, because your insight is actually very interesting, and it's very unique to the rest of what's going on in YouTube. So I hope you keep rolling with this, man. And yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. I really do. Everybody, now it's time. I need to hear your guys' comments. I need to read your comments. I need to see what you guys think. And what do you think about my positions? What do you think about Gary's positions? All this stuff, get it in the comments. The comments help blow up the videos anyways. And I mean, I'm not going to make any money off of this because the demonetizations. But, you know, what we can do with that is you blow up this video. Like I said, I won't be getting paid. However, we could blow up Gary's channel. You know what I mean? So go check out Gary's channel. But like I said, the more likes, the more comments, all that stuff, even if it is a video like this, it gains traction, gets more people to watch it. And yeah, even if it's free, who cares? Let's get those eyes on Gary's channel. We got to get him at least to 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers here by the next time I see him. Hopefully it happens. You guys, I thank you very much for watching and hanging out with me. Yeah, I'll see you soon, okay? I'll see you in the comments. And always a friendly reminder, be good to your people, okay? Don't cheat. And yeah, love your loved ones. Reach out to your mom, reach out to your dad, whatever. You know, be good to your people, okay? All right, I'm out of here. Thank you, and be water, my friends.